Boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. Thank you for joining us today. On my behalf and on behalf of all the team at Friends for Investment and Development Society and its administrative board, I welcome you on this historic day in the course of the Society. Today we launched the Resiliency and Life Skills International School. The idea to establish this school comes from our personal real-life experience that we gained working with Friends of Development and Investment Society. These experiences enabled us to identify the dangers that threaten vulnerable and marginalized children and youth, including school dropouts, child laborers, refugee children and youth, and those from hard-to-reach populations, among others. We found that effective prevention is the best way to help these groups and remove the obstacles in the path to their sustainable and healthy development. Reinforcing the resiliency of these groups of children and youth and training them in life skills will enable them to avoid risks such as transmitted diseases, drugs, crime, and antisocial feelings. It will also make them partners in their own development, as well as assets to their communities, rather than obstacles to a sustainable development. And so, through the school, we have the opportunity to work on a range of important themes all at once, rather than scattering our efforts across many issues. The cost of integrating these youth into society, reinforcing their belonging to it and protecting them from risks, is minimal in comparison to the cost of the alternative, which is paying the price of neglecting these youth and leaving them to their fate, so that both they and their society suffer the consequences. It is a great deal more costly to pay for rehabilitation and treating the crises which they encounter after it is too late for prevention. From these simple truths came the idea for Resiliency and Life Skills International School that will establish a database of marginalized and vulnerable groups of children and youth and start advocacy campaigns among community leaders and decision makers. The school will also build resiliency in the targeted groups through ongoing training and strengthen their social immunity against things that disrupt their positive and productive youthful energy. Because the Friends of Development and Investment Society is aware of the lack of resources available to us, despite the big dreams we have that express our love of our precious families, communities, and homeland, we call on our fellow countrymen and on the creative energies of our hearts and minds to help us push forward with this initiative, which will aid the sustainable development of our country, Jordan. Thank you all for joining us today.